Hi everybody, this is Dawn from Los Angeles. I've been playing Mahjong for 32 years and I've learned a lot in those 32 years. But what I wanted to talk to you today is about forcing hands. And I have never done this before, and I actually sat here and practiced forcing hands, and it's actually very helpful. So I made up these cards and I just put each of the sections of the card on an index card, and then I just randomly picked it and I tried to make a hand in that section. And every single time I did it, I ended up with a good start of a hand. And it made me realize that anything you get at the beginning of the game will work. You can go in any direction. And I think that would be helpful for new players, because I think new players are often overwhelmed by the choices and they think that they're going to make a bad decision, or that they made a bad decision by going one way or another. But it really doesn't matter which way you go. You'll get something. So when I was doing this, one of the sections that I thought I would have a really hard time with was quints, because I only work on quints if I have, a significant amount of jokers at the beginning. But what I realized is that simply by practicing forcing quint hands, I learned the quint hands better, and I realized that I can make quint hands with basically anything I start with. So I'm going to show you some examples of making quint hands. And so here we go. All right, so what I'm doing today is I am practicing forcing myself to do quint hands. So first I'm going to look at my tiles and see what I got. Here we go. So what I'm noticing here, there's only 3 quint hands. If you look on the card, there's the top one that is any like numbers, then there's a consecutive, and then there's kind of a random one where it's any 2 numbers in one suit and a opposing dragon. So it kind of makes it easy for me to choose tiles to pass, because I'm only looking at those 3 types of hands. There's no even hands. There's not a 20-26 hand. There's no odd hands. No winds and dragons or 3-6-9. So it really limits the amount of options I have. So because I got the 2 flowers, that would be for a consecutive hand. So I'm going to look and I'm going to see what I have that could start a consecutive hand. So I have 1, 2, 3. That's the start of a consecutive hand. And 7 and 8. So that's a possibility. Then I also have 7s, so that's the start of the top hand, any like numbers. And then as far as, I don't have any dragons, so I'm probably not going to look at this. So when I choose what to pass, I can definitely pass the south. And I can pass the 2. And then I can pass probably the 9. So go ahead and pass, let's see what I got. So I got another 7. Here's what I have. So now I have, for consecutive, I have either way, 5, 6, 7 or 7, 8, 9. So I'm gonna pass the east. Again, I'm protecting these 3 because that would be the start of a consecutive hand. And then I'm going to pass those. Let's see what I got. So I got a 3 bam, so that's the start of that hand. So there I have 6 for the consecutive hand, and I have only 4 for the, well, actually that is the consecutive hand also. And I don't, so really this is the building of the, I'm gonna do the consecutive hands either way. So let's go ahead and go ahead and pass those because I still don't want to break up any of the other tiles in my hand right now. Let's see what we got. Okay, so I got 7, 8, 9, so there's the consecutive that way, and there's the consecutive that way. So it looks like I have more for this consecutive run. 1, 2, 7 tiles for that consecutive run. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this. Let's see. Actually, I'm equal, which means I've got to make a decision about which way I'm going to go now. So, well, it's just a crapshoot. So I'm going to do this and this. I'm going to go for the cracks. Let's see what we, oh gosh, 2 flowers. You would never get that in a real Charleston. So I'm going to go ahead because none of those hands have more than 2 flowers. So I'll go like that, and like that. Let's see what we got. So again, I'm still staying with that. So I'm just trying to make my pass as random as I can. And I would never get a joker in the Charleston, so I go ahead and pick another tile. Still hanging on to that as the start of my hand. Go ahead and pass that. And then our final optional pass. So now I have 7 tiles for a quint hand.